My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is January 19, 2025. It is 4:19 a.m. I was finishing editing a video that I did yesterday for my members only. I don't know if at some point some of those videos that I put for my members will be made public. And this video that I'm talking in right now, I'm not sure which channel I'll be putting it in, depending on the discussion that I plan on having, or if I'm gonna split the video into two. So for those who are new, just know I have 3 different channels that focus on Harry and Meghan. This one, for instance, PYTE, dedicated to talk mostly about positive things about Harry and Meghan. And then this is the background: 4,105 subscribers, estimate revenue $120.13. The reason I show the background for the new subscribers, because I've had some issues with YouTube analytics, and this is just for record purposes. I had 1,539 views in the last 48 hours. So this is PYTE. And I also have APTS Sussex. I need to make a thumbnails for this video. I did yesterday. I was hurrying up to finish editing it. And while I was taking a shower, okay, this is the story, the backstory with this video. I had to go to IKEA to buy some stuff. The kids are getting big, so we need to rearrange their room and stuff. So I was in a hurry, and while I was taking a shower, I was uploading it, and then by the time I finished, everything was okay, so I made it public without any thumbnails. So I need to do a thumbnails for it. So this is the other channel, APTS Sussex. This is where I put some stuff for my members, and the video that I just finished edit probably will be going over here, because there are some videos that I did that are somewhat connected to the video that I just edit. Okay, so 4,501 subscribers, estimate revenue $102.61. I also have, let me go on that channel. I have this channel, HourPt1 service. This is where I talk about Harry's work, Meghan's work, all of this. And at one point it was monetized, but YouTube decided to demonetize it. When I apply for it again, they refuse to get it back. And it seems like it's because of some short videos that I have. They sort of, I think they want me to delete them. I am not gonna delete them. They're gonna stay just like that. Otherwise, that channel doesn't need to be monetized. So what I've done, when there's a lot of content that I need to share and I spend time on it, and I'll put it on any channels that is monetized, because I've had PYTE demonetized before. And so I will suggest subscribe to all 3. Lately, I haven't been putting much there, but I do put important information up here that has to do with their work. All right, so for those who are new, these are the 3 channels that I have. I'm the only one who's running all 3 of them that are dedicated to Harry and Meghan. Okay, so now let's go on Twitter. This, I have it on the list, but I will get to it in a few. I wanted to look at this because this is what's trending right now. Prince Harry is trending. On Tuesday, in the UK, the lawsuit that he has with NGN is gonna start. So they're giving a little backstory because he was trending. So let's read this, and I probably will go over some minor of those videos. I'm not videos, those tweets, but I'm not gonna spend too much time on them. Like for instance, this, I've shared that already. And all right, let's start from the top, okay? Where is it? Oh my God. Okay. Prince Harry is currently in the spotlight due to his ongoing legal battle with Rupert Murdoch's media empire over phone hacking allegation, his strained relationship with the British royal family, and public criticism regarding his and Meghan Markle's action and lifestyle in California. 1. Prince Harry is set to face off against Rupert Murdoch's News Group newspaper and court starting January 20, 2025 over allegation of phone hacking and illegal information gathering. We need to pray for him, especially with the kind of government the US is gonna have. It's like the parallel between the US and the UK. It's like that triangle that I've said before, coming almost at the peak. Look at this. The thing is gonna start on January 20 for him. Inauguration in the US January 20th. And it's, I don't know. I really don't know. It's like the vision that I saw. Not like I have special skill or anything like that. But when I get into the conversation of Harry, Meghan, and different things, politics, you name it, and I see that line, that triangle coming to the peak, it's like they're moving somewhat parallel and then they're gonna clash. Okay, so my members, the video that I'll be putting later on today, please go watch it. For those who are new again, if you want to become a member, that's just for you to support me. I don't put special videos out all the time for members. Okay, you become a member because you appreciate what I'm sharing with you, whatever. But there is no special treatment, no special behind the scene, behind. Occasionally I'll put little things here and there, but nothing special. I'm not promising anything. Okay? But there are times I do put random videos out for my members. Okay? Things that I feel comfortable with. Alright, let's get back to this. Prince Harry is set to face off against Rupert Murdoch's News Group newspapers and court starting January 20th, 2025 over allegation of phone hacking and illegal information gathering. Posts on X reflect a mix of support and criticism, with some users labeling Harry and Meghan's entitled and disingenuous based on their interaction with their Montecito community. Nah, that's not. As a matter of fact, people are coming to their support. It's the bots, okay? The machine that's going on by his family are the one who's putting these things out, okay? While others defend their relationship and charitable efforts, there's significant discussion around Harry's personal life, including his decision to decline staying at Buckingham Palace during his UK visit, highlighting ongoing tension with the royal family and security concern. The reason is that, especially when he rushed, I think it was last year, around, was it January or February? It was around the Super Bowl area time, where he rushed to the UK because of his father's cancer scare. And when he got there, his father wanted to take him someplace else to go to discuss whatever. And Harry declined because he had prior engagement in Vegas, where, what's this guy? The guy that says that's freaking Prince Harry. Okay, when Harry had to give him the award. So Harry had already prior engagement. So he didn't go with his father. I don't know why he didn't speak with him where he's at that freaking palace. And then Charles wanted him to stay at a location. I have the screenshot that is unsafe, where anybody could come in and out. Okay, so Harry did not stay, did not take his offer to stay at the palace. Okay, of all places, the unsecure area. I mean, you cannot be any more clear than that. For those who are new, go on PYTE. Again, I'm not sure which channel I'll be putting this. Probably on APTS Sussex, since I'm discussing this. On PYTE, I have a video that calls It Has Been Done Before. I did it around 2020. One of the things that I said is that at some point, they're gonna want him to come back. Okay? And just go watch that video. I don't want to spend too much time explaining it again. Okay? So that's that. Let's check some of these here. Let's pause that GIF. I see Prince Harry refused Murdoch's dirty money to settle his phone hacking lawsuit. Harry made up his mind. He said it's the lack of the accountability. That's all he wants.
You did say in your book, you said, I began to think at some point that Murdoch was evil. You've had very strong words about Rupert Murdoch and what you think he did in this phone hacking scandal. What is the goal of this lawsuit, which has been ongoing now for a very, very long time?
The goal is accountability. It's really that simple.
1,300 people, from what I've read, have settled with
Because they
the Murdoch folks. And of the 40 claims that originally joined with you in this action, it's down to now 2. And so you think that everybody's just settled because it just doesn't make any economic sense to continue?
No, I know why people have settled. They've settled because they've had to settle. So therefore, one of the main reasons for seeing this through is accountability, because I'm the last person that can actually achieve that, and also closure for these 1,300 people and families.
He knows he got them, but you know, his family and his brother took the money. Stay quiet. The reason we are aware that William took money to not sue him is because what was it? Because in court we learned that. Okay, let's see here. When was this written? I need okay, so when there's screenshots, I need the date that this was taken. Prince Harry takes on Rupert Murdoch's UK tabloid in a high-stake trial. Bearing a late settlement, Harry's lawsuit against news group newspapers will begin Monday, so sometime this week. It probably was written. On Monday, with potential consequences for the royal family, the media, Baron, and even the Washington Post. For those who follow me, you should not be too surprised about any of this. The Washington Post, because who's running Washington Post? Will Lewis. Who's Will Lewis? Someone that Rupert Murdoch had hired to clean up his mess, to get rid of evidence for people in the UK, whatever, investigators in the UK. All right? So Harry had enough with this. And then they refused to leave him alone. Okay, let's see. There's that. The T. I don't want to talk too much about what's going on and the thing, volunteering and things like that. But for the sake, let's just read that. Because I've done a lot of videos on PYTE about that. Okay. I just like to point out that all images and videos of Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan aiding volunteering during the LA fires have come from news crews, the organization that are helping, or bystanders who happen to notice them. None have come from official Sussex channels. Okay, let's see here. Okay, they also haven't done one interview or spoken to any news outlets so far while visiting site and volunteering. This narrative being spun that they are attention seekers who just want photo apps is probably false, which is why the majority of people are simply not buying it. Yeah, I'm glad I read this. I almost skipped it. Okay, one of the reporters on CNN happened to notice them, then talked to them, but spoke with someone who said that Harry and Meghan had been there working since early that morning without anyone even realizing who they were. Harry and Meghan love being of service. They're good people. Okay, we need all the help and uplifting we can get. I'm glad they came to help. This is a very hard time for Ellie. Yeah, that's what Harry and Meghan understand. They know the people who's suffering and they want to make sure they get the help that they need. And not only that, one of the things that Harry and Meghan know, they have a spotlight. Everybody wants to know what they're doing. So if you want to know what they're doing, this is where they were. Okay? So you are aware this is what's going on in Los Angeles. There's one tweet that I read, and this person was from Australia, I believe. Yeah, it has to be Australia. I was thinking of New Zealand, but I think it's Australia. When Meghan volunteered to that Altadena girls fire thing to help, and I think it when she donated to them. And I was reading some tweet, and then the comment underneath it, this person from Australia said, okay, if Meghan support this particular charity, I'm going to support it as well. This is the prestige that Harry and Meghan have with their names. And Harry have said it in the Obama Foundation because of the prestige of his name, the quality.
The protocol may have been lending your name and using your name to create a halo around the organization that would benefit it. And it sounds like the younger royals are more about more than just name association more direct action and involvement? So do you feel you're more hands-on? Doesn't this seem obvious? Like, why haven't other people done it then? So you've created, with your brother and sister-in-law, the Royal Foundation. Okay, you've started a charity. My first question would be, do we need another charity? So, you know, what was your thinking in coming together? Whose idea was this?
So that's my motto is exactly that. Why another charity? Our foundation is not another charity. We're not trying to take up any more space. I think we all agree that the charity sector is quite full at the moment. But as I said, what we're trying to do is use our platform to be able to bring people together to affect change.
So why haven't other people done this?
Because I genuinely believe that we as a foundation will never be able to compete with some of the other big foundations financially. As weird as that may sound, but that's fact. What we do have is a unique ability to be able to put our name and everything that comes with to a really good purpose, to a really good cause. And as I said, there are many organizations out there that have never come together.
I mean, they try their best. I'm sure they will make mistakes at some point. Not that I'm hoping they do, because they are human. Human make mistakes. They do not have a crystal ball in front of them to know, oh, this gonna happen, so let's jump this hurdle so we don't. They don't know. But what they know is that they are true to themselves. They want to help and they want to support people who are doing good things. So all the others who's throwing their nonsense, you know, to smear their names, you know, it's just because Harry and Meghan have remained true to themselves. And Harry knew that. Meghan knew that. Okay, so people who who have extra cash and wants to help, majority, if they are aware of Harry and Meghan, the first thing they will do is go look at which charity Harry and Meghan are supporting. That's the one I want to support. Because when you look at when Harry and Meghan create Archewell, the very first thing that they did, they start putting charities, organizations that they will back. Okay, one of them was World Central Kitchen. And we've seen the work that World Central Kitchen have done. And sometime when I don't have much to share with you, I will go under their Twitter page and just share with you some of the things that they have done. I did that around at the height of the Russian-Ukraine war. Okay, so let's leave that. Let's see what else they're talking. Maybe this will be a video by itself because I'm already 15 minutes into it. Okay, Princess Meghan, I rise. This never gets old. Thanks to the one and only Miss V. Yeah, I played this before. I think that's with Maya Angelou. Okay, I don't want to play it because I've shared it before. Or you could go on V's YouTube channel, because I remember that was one of the videos that I saw before I even started talking about them. Helping the victims of LA fires was never the issue. White women still can't handle the fact that a white prince chose a biracial woman to be his wife and mother of his kids. They thought their beauty was the standard and Meghan should have known her place and not entertain Harry. Guess what? Harry chased her. It's Harry who chased her, not the other way around. And then when Harry, you know, does something that against Meghan's standard, Meghan let him know. Not because he's a freaking prince. And said, I'm not going to be doing this. If you want to raise a family. And put Harry in his place and get some help and fix himself.
People have said my wife saved me.
Yeah.
You know, I was stuck in this world.
Yeah.
And she was from a different world and helped sort of draw me out of that. But none of the elements of my life now would have been possible without me seeing it for myself.
Yeah.
As we know, it's one of the, you know, it's hard to change. It's almost impossible to change other people.
Yeah.
You've got to start with changing yourself
Exactly.
and allow that growth to happen. But yes, my partner is an exceptional human being, and I'm eternally grateful for the wisdom and the space that she's been able to give to me.
Well, there's an incident in the book where you kind of lose it. I think you lose your temper, and she says to you,
You can't do that with me.
Mm-hmm.
I will not be with a person who does that.
Mm-hmm.
I will not have children with a person who does that.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to figure out what's going on inside yourself. And my wife, bless her soul, has always challenged me to, she wouldn't put up with anything less than my true self.
Mm-hmm.
And what a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And so relationships, but not just with spouses, but also with people who see you and accept you, such an important part of healing, I think.
And I needed that.
Yeah.
I really needed that. I needed that pushback. I needed that moment of, again, scared of losing her. And it was a real moment because of the question that she asked.
Yeah.
She said, is it because that was how you were brought up? Or that you've experienced or seen or heard, other people within your life speak to women like that? And it was like a light bulb moment. It was like, wow.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from. Not an excuse.
No.
Just
an understanding
of how these things manifest themselves and how we are so much a product of our own upbringing.
Will these women will be doing that? No. Look at the other one over there. They're walking all over her. I'm the one who's not sharing some of the stuff that I see about her. Okay? So this is the difference. It is clear for everybody to see. This is the difference. Many of these men who want a family are looking for a woman who is family quality. So many of these women just open their legs and thinking that this is the standard, this is what they want from them, and then they just want to do a little one moment. I don't know, I'm trying to use my word carefully around here in this aspect. But look at, there's one behind a wicket. Perfect. Okay, I got myself out of this. Behind a pub, she was willing to do that. And then the worst thing is, Harry tried to somewhat respect her. Let's say allegedly the one who came out, maybe she needed 5 minutes of fame. We don't know if she's truly the person who gave him the deed behind the pub. But these are the women that's over there who think a prince will want them. No. Many of these, not all by the way, let's be clear, not all. But the majority of them who's just showing their beauty and things like that. Yes, they could look pretty and everything like that. But there needs to be more than just beauty. For some men who really want someone to bear their children. If you think your beauty is the only thing and then you open your leg to anybody that comes, I don't think he wants that. So some white women need to evaluate themselves and see, create some form of standard instead of just bashing on someone who's been, I don't know, trying throughout her life, where obstacles after obstacle being put in front of them and they keep on jumping it, and then you think it's fun or something like that, but instead of trying to help them, remove some of the burden from them and be on the same page with them and help fight the unnecessary burden, because at some point the ultimate thing is it's gonna be they're after you. Those white women, those men are after you. When Trump said make America great again, great for white men. Okay, so they could abuse women any way that they want. As a matter of fact, there's a video that I came across. I'll put it after that. Okay, so this is gonna be one video. The conversation took a different turn now. This is gonna be a video, and then I think I had saved it, but I'm gonna put it at the end. Let me pause and make sure I said right after I share it with you right after this. Maybe after I finish view some of the trends. Okay, I have it. So pretty much white women better get their shit together. Like Too Raw, Too Real usually said, dear white women, what the F is your problem? What the F is your problem? You vote against your best interest. I've shared this video so many times. Too many F words in it. Okay, so what else do we have? Okay, so we're done with that. It was Prince Harry. Where was I? So I went on this. that there's some stuff here. Never forget, as the Brits run around making global fools of themselves, the world is watching. VP Marquez put it best when she said Prince Harry and Meghan have become global symbol of resistance and voices against justice. Love always wins. Oh, I didn't know that. Let's listen to this. Okay, so there's the music. So this is when she was in Nigeria. These oh no, not Nigeria. What's the place? Colombia. There's the vice president. Oh, she did such a wonderful job having Harry and Meghan over there. A wonderful host. Okay. You're probably not aware that we actually like them here. The royal family pushed them out because of this, as they could never be more popular than heir apparent. That is true. You know what? When Brits open their mouth, let me just say, respond to tweets like that, it's worth it. It really worth it, because the media will not share your voice. Anything that you agree with that is positive, they will not share it. So in moments like this, when most people will not understand, because before I used to think it's all Brits. I had to hold my tongue to say, or even if I'm in the middle of a discussion, I'll say Brits, and then I will take my word back a little bit and say some Brits. So when many of the Brits who are either agree or disagree with whatever the topic is, and if you come across it, it's best to let the rest of the world know you're not part of this machinery of BS. Okay, the US is gonna be facing some stuff like that. Many people will think it's all American who voted for that shit show that's about to happen. Okay, so that's good. I'm glad this Brits speak up. Okay, they act like people can't see. People can see. We see them out doing good. For heaven's sake, everybody sees. There's that. Her smile can lit up the world. Lovely video and photo. I haven't seen them before. Thank you for posting them. So that's from Nigeria. I keep on saying Nigeria. Colombia. That's from Colombia. Alright, so this is what I wrote. That's from Colombia. Harry and Meghan were invited to Colombia by the vice president of the country. Search it on here, which is X. You'll find a lot of content about their visit. Alright. So, okay. So what else? Alright, Prince Harry, there's that. Okay, let's pause this. If you baffled by the deluge of deranged vitriolic article about Princess Meghan, a reminder that Prince Harry's court case against Murdoch newspaper begins next week, and Prince Harry's teams have been giving access to their message and email. British royal family and media are panicking. Let's give shout out to what's the former Prime Minister Sunak. Yeah, Sunak. I said sushi. Sunak, because after the hearing, when the judge said they got enough evidence to go to trial or something, but they cannot use. I'm paraphrasing. You could search this furthermore. If the UK government give them access to the the first one, what is it? Rishi Sunak to give the Leveson inquiry. Oh my God, Leveson inquiry. That he could bring, if they find more information and things like that, they could bring it. But it will have to be if the government give them access to review the Leveson inquiry. But they cannot go by hearsay or things from the internet or things like that. Okay, so Rishi Sunak had give Harry permission to do so, and guess what? They didn't expect that the government to give them access. So Rishi Sunak did a very good thing. All right, so that's that. Okay, a day is going to come in the not too distant future when something big will happen and people will be crying their eyes out asking, what about family? And wanting to portray William as the victim. Save this picture for that day. This is Pagan Trelawney. Is she still on X? I think she's no longer on X. One of the good squaddies who's been there from day one. I think she's one of them who no longer on. I could be wrong, I don't know. Prince William awarded his former press secretary, the man who tried to help the Mail on Sunday, win their case against Meghan, which caused her to miscarry. Okay? So this is why she said, save that day. And now Harry does not want to settle the case with Murdoch. And then there's a possibility information between the royal household and the Murdoch newspapers probably was going on. Okay, my God, I can't wait until the papers can talk about Prince William's really. These are all the screenshots the squad saved, saving for the future. And maybe we might find out this week. All right, this is somebody that I blocked. 100%, I completely agree with you. What did this person say? After Pagan posted this cryptic comment, then left Twitter. So I was right. She left Twitter. Left Twitter nearly 2 years ago. I always interpreted as a major physical harm to Kitty by bully, but I'm seeing it now as something big and nasty that will be revealed about bully by Harry's court case, and serfs are gonna be but family. I completely agree with you. Calling it now: Simon Case, William Peel, Clive Alderton, Christian Jones, Jason Knuff, and Camilla. Oh my God, the squad are not playing. Name all the key players. And the other thing, due to Harry's security that they removed, and Harry wanted the judge to review the BS that was going on in the royal family for removing his security. One of the things we find out, I think Harry knew. He just did not want to go to just blab it out. Like the papers keep on saying it's Harry who's releasing things. But he had to spend a lot of money for us to find out that it was through the royal family. And we're going to find out more. The thing is that, some of the people who were part of Ravik, okay? I learned about Ravik by accident way before it became a thing. Go on PYTE about security. I have a whole bunch of stuff. I would say go around 2023. 2024, I don't think I talked too much about that, but 2023, where I learned about Ravik, is to searching, and I came about Five Eyes and all of that. And some of the videos, I will, share with you some of the things I wasn't aware of, and I will search. I like to show you all the steps. It might be mumbling at times, but at least you will know how I came about it. But anyway, it's through that I found out about Ravik and Five Eyes. And Five Eyes are 5 different countries that share information: United States, UK, New Zealand, Australia, and Canada. So they share secret information and things like that. And then one of the things is that Harry wasn't aware that some of the people who are part of Ravik, and I believe Ravik is the one who overlook at who needs certain security. Okay, they will give the okay that you will need security, or this person will need security, you name it. Person of power, yes, you need security. This is the type of security you will need: high level, low level, mid level. They don't want. So through that, we find out some of the people who work at the royal household were part of Ravik. One of those people is, did the person mention it here? Simon Case. No, he didn't mention it. What's this guy name? Oh my God. Edward Young. Edward Young is the name. Okay. Edward Young chose remove, what's the other guy? Okay, there was a secretary that was for the Queen. He was there for a while. He was doing his job, which is to protect the crown. Who is representing the crown? The Queen. Okay, so he did his job so well. Sometimes I believe Charles and Andrew will want things because it will interfere or reveal certain things about the crown, and he will mention it to the Queen and agree or disagree, approve or disapprove of those things for Charles and Andrew. So because this guy was saying no so much to these 2 idiots who didn't understand the purpose of the secretary's job, So Charles and Andrew put their heads together to remove that secretary. I forgot his name. And then I think his name is Lord Gates. Okay, so this guy was looking out for the crown, Lord Gates. And Charles and Andrew put their heads together to remove him from his position and then put Edward Young. And Edward Young was also not only the Queen's secretary, but later on we find out he was also part of Ravik, pretty much taking information from Charles. You know, Charles pretend he has nothing to do with it, but put his people, a yeser type of person, and position where they will do what he says. Okay, so it's through that, because they took Harry's security and Harry went to court and asked a judge to review. He was not suing them. Okay, this is very important. He was not suing them because he felt like they were making a big mistake, or perhaps he was aware the BS that was going on and wanted people to know this is the BS that's going on. So he asked a judge to review his security. Through that, we find out all of the BS. Okay, remove Lord Gates, put Edward Young. Edward Young was also the secretary of the Queen when the Queen was alive and Harry did not have security. And in my humble opinion, I think it's because the Queen did not know, because Charles probably told Edward Young, do not tell my mother this type of thing. So he didn't tell the Queen about that. The Queen wasn't aware. Okay, so, and there was one interview Harry did. I think he was doing it during the Netherlands and Victus. And he was talking with Hoda. And I hate when people talk over other people when they're doing interviews. Near the end, or at least that's the part that I have, where Harry said something like, I'm paraphrasing, but I'll put the clip. He's very concerned with the Queen, that was before she died, with the people that's around her.
How did it feel being back? Being with her.
Being with her, it was great. It was just so nice to see her. You know, she's on great form. She's always got a great sense of humour with me, and I'm just making sure that she's, you know, protected and got the right people around.
Well,
So Harry was giving us a hint, but he didn't say it. But he was very concerned with the people around her, and later on we find out about the Edward Young was the secretary or things like that. They remove and replace with Lord Gates. So there's a lot of things we're going to find out. And then the worst thing is these people don't know how to stop because they always get their way. We need to keep on praying for him because a lot of things have happened. The chase that happened in New York was for a reason. There were things that they put out from the UK to put in the US if they get certain pictures certain way. And then this is how they got the chase. Oh my goodness. Vanity Fair article, I suppose, just happened to come out just in time for court. That explains it. That's a different tweet under that same original one. We will see. Excuses. Okay, might be fun to follow. I don't think it will make Harry any more popular. I don't think Harry's looking. He already told us why he's doing it. Accountability.
The goal is accountability. It's really that simple.
1,300 people, from what I've read, have settled with
Because they
the Murdoch folks. And of the 40 claims that originally joined with you in this action, it's down to now 2. And so you think that everybody's just settled because it just doesn't make any economic sense to continue?
No, I know why people have settled. They've settled because they've had to settle. So therefore, one of the main reasons for seeing this through is accountability, because I'm the last person that can actually achieve that, and also closure for these 1,300 people and families.
I don't think he wants popularity. Okay? The mindset of people, childish thing. This is his life, his family. I just cannot imagine the level of height of thing that they put him through for his safety and his family. Before it was just him, there was a time he went to the UK. I think before Prince Philip died, there was something that he went to the UK and he had police protection take him to that particular place. And then when he finished at that event, he thought that the police would be there to escort him back wherever. None of them were there, and there was a chase. One of the things that I said at that time, I don't remember which video it's in, but before Prince Philip died, and it's probably on PYTE. And I said that I'm glad he went through it. Why? Because he was by himself. He had only himself to think about for safety. And I think in one of those videos, I probably put some maze, you know, those games where you start in one corner and you have to find your way out of the maze to exit. I think I put something like that on that thumbnails. And I said, I'm glad he went through it by himself, because at least he now experienced. Sometimes when you don't experience certain things, you do not know how it is until you go through it. But he was by himself. That chase that he experienced when he was by himself, and this is what I said, it may had sound insensitive at that time. But when you look at it in a different perspective, is that he was by himself. He did not have Megan with him. He did not have any loved one with him. It was just him. So at least he could take care of himself, where he could run, he could, you know, do different maneuvers or whatever. So it was purposely done to him. But he got away with it. But I mean, I just can imagine someone going through that, and your own freaking family is doing it. That's the worst thing is. And they tried it again in the U.S. when he went to New York.
Get rid of that interest, but I think that they're trying to do their hardest to, you know, I think that they've been using shame tactics, they've been using legal tactics to try to discourage some of this, and so I think that that's why this became public in the first place, is because people started running those photos and they were thinking, okay, we don't want them to be running these photos, we don't want the people who were making our lives miserable last night to make the money off of it. And after sharing the story, the Daily Mail and the Express took those photos down.
See, Richard, even when they lay low.
Welcome to TMZ Live. HourPt1 here.
Charles here.
So Meghan and Harry had quite the night. It started out very glamorous with a lot of acclaim. Meghan got an award, and it was a very glitzy event. We'll get into that in a minute. But the headline turns out not to be what happened at the event. It's what happened after.
Right. As their spokesperson describes it, and as we have confirmed with independent sources, that there was a harrowing, in fact, they say near catastrophic 2-hour chase around New York City, paparazzi chasing them. And it all started right here. This is around 10 p.m. as they left the Ziegfeld Theater and they got into their SUV. Well, what happened once they got in that SUV is a chase that at times got up to speeds of 80 miles per hour. And I know you may be thinking, where in New York City are you going to drive 80 miles per hour?
That would be the FDR.
The FDR Drive on the east side of Manhattan. They were doing 80, trying to shake photographers who were chasing them.
And they were right on their tail.
Yeah, and they had, this was not just Harry and Meghan in their single SUV. They actually had an entourage that, it's clear that they anticipated some of this.
Clearly, they were in an SUV. There were 2 security SUVs that were tailing them, and then there was a 4th SUV that eventually was used to try and block traffic to thwart the paparazzi that were following them.
Right.
Now, they say that pedestrians were almost hit, cars were almost hit, a couple of police officers almost
were involved,
hit.
right?
So I know this sounds crazy, but we have confirmed, like Charles said, that this really did last 2 hours. So there were times when they went to various police stations trying to get some help, or
trying to get help, or trying to
get
shake
cover.
the paparazzi. So the video we're about to show you, this is them almost an hour and a half after leaving the theater. They've been in this chase. They've been on the FDR going 80 miles per hour. And now they've gone back to a police precinct, and they get into a yellow cab. They get out of their SUV. They get into a yellow cab.
And it's to shake the paparazzi. They're figuring nobody would think they'd get in the yellow cab, so they get in at the police station and drive away, and they're thinking we're going to shake the paparazzi.
But
that did not
clearly,
happen.
you can see the paparazzi knew they were there. That's their security guard. who gets out of the front seat and is trying to get the photographers to back up.
You can see the thinking behind getting in a yellow cab. It might blend in more with all of the other yellow cabs in New York City so they could sort of make a hasty retreat and lose the paps, but it didn't work at all. And this does sound absolutely harrowing. People driving the wrong way, apparently cars getting up on sidewalks. And for Harry, this has to be traumatizing because his mother was killed during a pap chase in Paris in 1997 when he was just 12 years old. So all those memories had to come flooding back when he's in the car.
So this cab that left that police station kind of circled apparently and then came back, I don't know, 15 minutes later.
10, 15 minutes later, goes back to the precinct. They get out of the cab.
And got back in the SUV that they were in originally because I'm guessing here they didn't want the cab driver to
be
try and
involved
well, also they don't know how good of a driver he is.
Yeah. And by the way, the cab driver himself might have been like, I don't want any part of this. I didn't know that there was a chase going on.
Right.
So they
came back to the precinct, got in an SUV, and this lasted until midnight. Now, a lot of people have kind of suggested or wondered, why didn't they just go to the place where they were going to stay? Well, the answer we got was they didn't want bedlam at that place. They were staying at a friend's house.
Right, staying at a friend's house, private residence, and they had the photographers following them at that point. They just didn't want to bring all of that chaos to their friend. And so they made the decision to drive around until it all died down. And
so their people issued this statement.
Last night, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and Ms. Ragland, because Meghan's mom was there, were involved in a near catastrophic car chase at the hands of a ring of highly aggressive paparazzi. This relentless pursuit, lasting over 2 hours, resulted in multiple near collisions involving other drivers on the road, pedestrians.
And then so many things to say. I didn't want this to be really that long, but whatever. Let's see here. Okay, I just like to point out, I should like some of these things. Okay, I think I read this already. There's this. Let me like them if I need to come back. Let's pause that GIF. Helping the victim of Los Angeles fire was never the issue. White women still can handle the fact that a white prince. Okay, I read this already. Okay, sending positive vibes to Prince Harry's awesome legal team. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, the one in the middle, I think he was Johnny Depp, lawyer in the UK as well. I think he had represented Princess Diana as well. So, I mean, not only he's getting rich through those lawsuits, but I think he knows, you know, the nonsense that's going on. And I will not say invested. Maybe he does. Because sometimes you can't make your client problem as part of your problem. You have to differentiate that. So when when you're not in the office, you could separate that. You don't think about it. You focus on your family or things like that. But I think he knows a lot. Okay, so there's 15 comments under here. Okay, Prince Harry's dream legal team about to slay dragon from Camp Murdoch NGN. We need to send our prayers because these people, they have people everywhere, you know, to undercut, to undermine everything. But God is good. Princess Diana, this is your time to help your sun shine even brighter, no matter what. Okay, Sam, please remember, many of my fellow Americans are going to be distracted in the coming weeks with support, but our attention is going to be elsewhere for a while. I'll be talking about that. I'm trying to avoid... Okay, like I said at the beginning of this video, I did a video I was editing a video for my members. Go watch it, okay? Unless if something drastic happened based on the video that I just edited, then maybe I will juggle both of them. But this, I need to look at after it. Okay, understand, pop in for updates when you can. Okay, so there's that. Here comes Harry's A-team. There's that. Oh my God, those GIF. May they be blessed with unparalleled eloquence. Okay, I hear confidence in this photo. Okay, good luck. Nice. Go get them, guys. Go get them. Okay, so what else? Okay, so that was under that. Okay, so I played it. This one I shared it before. My question to this is,
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better